All right, hello all you HO sock car fans out there. Today we're going to get a look inside the GBud Speed Shop. Today's car is the Ford Escort number 28 that I just got. I put it on the track and the wheels just spun. These are the original, or what's left of the original rear tires that were on it. So I put a set of silicone rear tires on it, drove it around the track. It was a little slow, started squeaking, added a dot of oil to the bottom, and it started running okay. I set up a ghost car at a steady speed, see how many laps it took me to lap it. Just a hair over 3 laps to lap that car. But we're going to go ahead and tear this down, and we're going to replace some parts, clean some stuff up, and see how much better it runs. Here we have a delicious pair of Auto World magnets. Man, I want to eat that red one right now. And we're going to replace the brushes, obviously, and the pickup shoes. And if you notice, these pickup shoes are all smooth. There's no step on them. I don't know why Aurora did this, but from 78 to 80 at the end of magnatraction, they put that little step at the very end of the shoe. So you only had that tiny little contact patch of the shoe and the rail, which is not what you want. You want as much of this pickup shoe touching that rail as you can for better performance. All right. So let me change the camera and we'll get into it. Okay, let's get started on this. I normally like to build on a piece of track. Let's take this body off. All right, now we said we were going to replace the shoes. That's the easiest thing to do. So we'll start with that. We got a wayward spring here. All right, got the new shoes on there. Nice and shiny and flat. That will instantly make an improvement on this car. So let's see what we got on the inside. This is a standard AFX gold wire red tip armature. I believe these were around, what were these around? I don't know, maybe you can tell me in the comments. Again, I'm not much of an HO AFX guy, but I believe these were somewhere around 15, 14 ohms maybe. I don't know. I know the gold wire with the green tips were the mean green armatures, and I believe those were 5 ohms. But we're going to stick with this armature here. This was the most popular magnatraction armature that they put in the cars back in the day. don't know if you can see the bottom plate. There is some blackness, but not much. We'll go ahead and clean that up. I usually use my Dremel. I got a semi-metallic eraser disc on here. It's great for cleaning the shoes as well. So we're going to go ahead and clean up this armature. There you go. It's all nice and golden now, no blackness. Next, we're going to pull out the brushes. You're probably not going to see that, but yeah, they're all blackened, old. Anytime you're rebuilding an old pancake car, you want to replace these brushes no matter what. I don't know if you can see this or not, but these magnets tend to be loose. See, I can wiggle that rear magnet around. Yeah, the front one wiggles around too. That's also something you do not want in your magnatraction car. You don't want those magnets loose and wobbling around. Easy fix for that, if you want to stick with the original magnets, just take some masking tape. Just put a strip on the back, put the magnet in. If it's still loose, take it out. Put another strip of masking tape across the back. It can take usually 2 or 3 slices of masking tape to finally get them in there, where you put them in there and they're tight and they don't wobble around. But if you want to upgrade it, like I'm going to do, you can use the Auto World magnets. They are newer and they're stronger, and they give you better performance. So, and that's an easy fix for an old magnatraction. Get it going quicker. Nobody likes the X-traction chassis anyway. You buy them for the shells. So I'm sure if you got magnatraction or X-traction chassis laying around, it's a good use for the parts. And they fit much tighter in those holes. You won't have to shim them. And it's even the same colors as back in the day, red and white. Red in the rear, except for 4 gear. So we're going to put the red in the rear. And the white in the front. And they don't move. They're nice and tight in there. We're going to put the new brushes in, which I purchased from Dash Motorsports. These are smooth on both sides, no nipples, no notches, no nothing. We're going to leave the old commutator springs down there. They seem to be decent shape. Drop the motor in. I always like to test it before I put the clamp and the gear on, just to make sure it's in the brushes didn't move and the arm turns. Oh yeah. We're making some noise at low RPM. High PM, it's not RPM, it's nice. So before we put that idler gear back on, we'll put a before we put that idler gear back on, we'll put a drop of oil on here on the idler gear post. Drop that idler gear back in. We'll put the clamp back on it. Alright. We want to try to get a little oil underneath the armature gear and the plate. Get some in there. Get some where the gear rubs on the chassis and the axle. Get some in the front axle here. Work that in. And then a small dot of oil on the bottom. And she's alive. So now we're going to put her on the track and run some laps. Okay, so we're back at the track. We'll get the car together, ready to go. Let's see how she runs now. Okay, wow, what a difference. I don't know if you guys could tell the difference on the video or not, but man, this car for a magnatraction was flying around my track. When I first put it on the track and tried to lap that ghost car, it took just a hair over 3 laps. After the tune-up and the hop-up, I lapped it in less than 2 laps. So that's quite a speed improvement. I could feel it down the straightaway. The car was just flying. So that's going to do it for the first edition of the GBud Speed Shop. First, we're going to put this car away in its new home. I realize it's not a collector, but I'm going to put it in this plastic coffin so that it's ready to race anytime I want to race it. We're going to put this on the wall with a few of my other magnatractions that I have. So there she is in her new home with the Porsche 510K and the L&M and my 2 original G Plus Formula 1 cars. Alright, that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day.